I don't feel bad now.
Okay. Yeah, who had surgery? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Live Ready, Beyond Think and Grow Rich with your host, me, David Ibarra, and my guest today, D'Marko Blewett. Welcome to our
Thanks
program.
for having me. Thank you for
Now,
having me.
we're going to show something from the very beginning because I want people to know who you are. So right now, we're going to take a little pause, and right now showing is you as a bodybuilder.
Now, starting it off, D'Marko Blewett from Salt Lake City, Utah. He is 238 pounds, 5'11", 28 years old. And Corey, he won the Los Angeles Championships last year.
I'll tell you, anybody who competes in Los Angeles and wins, you've got to be pretty good.
Awesome.
Wow.
Great.
Look at that, everybody. Tell us about how did you go through to become Mr. LA, two-time Mr. Utah
yeah.
in bodybuilding, and what years were that, and how do you get a body like that, D'Marko?
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here. It all started in 1979. I started training, won the Greater Salt Lake, and then a few years later, the Mr. Utah 1982. Soon after that, I went to California. Transitioned over. I was living in my car. I mean, do we want to go that deep?
Yeah,
I mean,
heck yeah. I want to know all about you.
Okay. So I moved to California. I stopped in Vegas for about a year, started doing bounce work and stuff like that. And then
And for the viewers, bounce work means
bouncing
being a
clubs.
bouncer at a club.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, being in,
Don't
yeah.
ask me how come I know that.
So I grew up on the West Side, so I was pretty good with my hands, and so I knew that was easy money.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a close friend of mine in Vegas say, "So what do you want to do in life?" I go, "I want to be a professional bodybuilder." And he says, "Well, where at?" And I go, "Well, California, the Mecca."
Uh-huh.
He says, "What are you doing here?" 3 weeks later, I bought a 1960 Volkswagen VW and packed everything in and went to Vegas. I went to California.
Now,
living in my car.
What part of California? Living
Venice.
in your car.
The
And of
Mecca.
course, I knew you were going to go to Venice.
The Venice, California, the Mecca. So I parked there, living in that. I was living the high life. It was awesome. So I'm hustling to make ends meet, training people, doing pretty good. And then about 3 months into that, my car got stolen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it wasn't good. So that was my house and my car. That was closed and everything. And so I went to the Lost and Found at Gold's Gym. I grew up. My family, my dad were real young, and my mom was doing the best she can.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't call home and say, "Hey, Mom, send me some cash."
Yeah.
And every time I called home, it was collect, and everything was perfect. I'm doing great.
Now, D'Marko, how old were you at this?
26.
26.
Yeah,
Okay,
26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I'm there doing my thing, and Pete Grimkowski, that owns Gold's Gym,
Right.
he bought it from Joe Gold back in the 70s. I seen that I was living in my car, and he says, "Hey, did you want a job at Gold's Gym?" So yeah, so I'm working at Gold's Gym, no car, sleeping during the day, and at night I'd stay up because at Gold's Gym Venice, the Venice, they have all the transits go down to the beach, and so you got to stay on your swivel. You got to have a swivel on your head, So anyway, doing real well, and I see Jermaine Jackson 5,
Right.
walks into the gym. And here I am. I'm going through the Lost and Found. And I got these borrowed found clothes. And he goes, "Hey, do you train people?" I go, "I'm a bodyguard." And he goes, "Really?" He goes, "Do you have a card?" I go, "No." I go, "I'm posturing." I go, "Do you have a card?" He turns to his assistant, grabs a card. And I see, he goes, "I'll get back. We'll be getting back to you. So I'm calling just before cell phones. This has got to be 80, 85, 86. And I'm calling. Finally, I get a gig. It's awesome, right?
Now,
So now,
for those that don't know, Jermaine Jackson is Jermaine Jackson of the Jackson 5.
correct? Yes, Jackson. But I didn't know who he was when I first seen him.
That's why you asked him, do you
Yes.
have a card?
Yes, exactly. I didn't have a card. I didn't even have clothes. So I went to the guys at the front desk, Big Mike, Little Mike, and I said, hey, I got the limousine because I got it for my first gig. It's going to be Atlanta, Atlantic City. And can I use one of your locations so the limousine can come pick me up? I think I have a house or an apartment. No problem. So I'm sitting there. First gig was Dominic Wilkins, Isaac Hayes, and Jermaine Jackson. And did that.
That's quite a bodyguard assignment.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, and so we
that's
did
cool.
that. It was just a little club. It was they opened a club, and so I bought a station wagon. So I was living in my house. I had a really nice house then, and from there I parked this station wagon behind the apartment, and the limousine would pick me up. So I did it 3 times. And then Jermaine says, we're going to Africa. We got a big concert over there. He goes, you have a passport? And this is 6 months, about 6 months. I says, no, I don't have a passport. We got that taken care of. And he goes, well, how long have you been doing this? I go, well, technically only 4 times total. And he says, well, you got to get trained. So he'd send me to the Beverly Hills Gun Club, which is, they had a course. It was $11,000. And they put me through it. It's about a 90
Now, he paid for it, right?
He paid for
Oh,
everything.
good.
Yeah, it was awesome. And got trained up, did some traveling around, and everything was going great. And then I started doing. I was with Jermaine Jackson. I had a gig with Dominic Wilkins. Muhammad Ali.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they inducted them in the Hall of Fame. Muhammad Ali and Jake LaMotta. And I just took care of them one night. But so I started building my resume slowly, and so everything was going good. Then I won the Mr. LA in 1988,
Right.
and so I was favored to win the USA that year, and I took 5th because I did something really stupid. Getting ready for the contest, I was eating. I had about a 4-hour layover traveling, and it was 2 days before the contest, and ate some bad chicken. So I showed up, and I still took 5th place. I didn't complain, didn't do anything like that. So here I am in magazines, doing real well. They compared me to Arnold, the Muscle and Fitness, in 1980, 87, and 88. And, yeah, it's going awesome. Then I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My mom got sick. She had cancer. And so now I had David Hasselhoff. I had a few other that we were doing real well. You know, I had a few connections there. I'd hire police officers. At the time we were paying police officers $50 an hour. Well, I'd give them $100 an hour to work with me part time. You know,
Right.
And so it was a slam dunk. But my mom got sick. She had cancer, and in '90, and so I came home to take care of her and put everything on hold with my body work. Yeah,
But you put your bodyguard business on hold, but you continued with the bodybuilding?
I was still bodybuilding, but I wasn't in the Mecca, so I couldn't do that very well. So I was kind of.
So you had won Mr. Utah twice before you went to Venice.
No, I went I won it in '82. I won it again in '98 when I was back here.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and then it took 5th, and then anyway, started a chain of nutrition stores called Custom Fit Nutrition and Training, and that was located inside of Lifestyles 2000. I sold my last one in 2014. So I was in the nutrition business. It was awesome.
Yeah. So I don't have I could just assume this, but I imagine you were your own pitch man for your
100%
for your
Yeah,
insurance,
you had
right?
to be, and it's just all about putting in the work and creating the relationships. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. But you know, when I just went off the radar with the bodybuilding, because I mean they have a picture of me at Gold's Gym on the wall next to Lou Ferrigno because I
Right.
won the Mr. Los Angeles. But you know, where'd to go? What's going on? I didn't think they needed to. I didn't have to explain myself. But my mom was dying. She had cancer. You know, so I came back and take care of my, you know, and that was the best 6 years of my life, in my opinion. And that kind of started everything, my nutrition business, my training. So it helped, kind of stepped up everything there. But I was kind of a big fish in a small pond then too, so it was
Yeah.
kind of awesome. Everybody, with Verdakis was telling me, everybody's watching me train. I'd train with the big, huge sweatshirt on, and no one could see anything, and I would, kind of cheat my moves, so everybody couldn't see what I was doing, because they were looking, see what I was doing. I think, well, I can make a living doing this. Let's do it, because I thought, when I first came back here, I was trading like at the time it was called the buckle. I was trading credit to the store for training people, because it's like whatever they couldn't afford $100 an hour session.
So, D'Marko, it sounds like, did you do much planning and organizing to determine the businesses you were in, or did you just dive in?
Just go.
And went for it.
Yeah, I just.
So you were action, bodybuilding, supplements, and things of that nature, and was able to earn a nice living.
It was a pretty good living. It was awesome. Yeah, I think. It wasn't a plan B. I just knew I wasn't going to come back home with my tail between the legs.
Right.
And it was. And then I tell you, then I got in '90. There was the Friedmans that was wanting to put a Gold's Gym together here, and they knew I knew Pete Gronkowski, the owner of Gold's Gym, and they said, so I actually brokered that deal, and I put their gym together, and then they said, let's go to Vegas and start another gym, Gold's Gym.
Wonderful.
So
well, we're going to take a moment here and take a break, and have a message from our sponsor, Live Ready Kids. Yes, our kids can. Play it now.
Imagine if you could have learned the principles of success as a child. At Yes, Our Kids Can, we believe it's never too early to teach our children how to achieve their full potential. The purposeful tools of Yes, Our Kids Can are designed to teach resilience, self-efficacy, problem solving, character building, and life planning. You can help your child develop the skills needed for a successful and independent adult life. All you have to do is enroll your child today.
Now, wasn't that incredible? What if you could teach your kids the principles of success from their earliest thoughts? Think about it. Go to ourkidscan.com and become a member now. ourkidscan.com. D'Marko, let's continue.
Awesome.
You came back to Utah. You had your bodybuilding business. You had your nutrition business. You were brokering some Gold's Gym. I believe that, if I remember, one of the Serenian brothers was trying to get in the Gold's Gym. There was one that opened off into Utah County. Were you involved in that Gold's Gym?
Just the one the very, very first one here was on 90th South and about 13th East.
I see.
And then those guys left and went to Vegas, and they said, hey, listen, we want to do the same thing. You want to come out here? So I moved back to Vegas, and I already had my hookup a long time earlier with the bodyguard stuff. So I kind of redid my network, and I designed the gym around 80% of people were going to the Gold's Gym in Vegas. They were visitors, so it was very user-friendly. You'd walk in, and I had signs over all this at arms, chest, back, legs, so it was very user-friendly.
Perfect.
And then I had 17 trainers that I personally trained. The guy said, I want little D'Markos. So I did a manual, trained everybody. And one day I had a call from the Rio. And they said, hey, we got a gym. We got a show coming up, and we need some fit bodybuilders for the press work. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, I can do that. And I was already, when I was at Gold's Gym Venice, I was doing a lot of cold reads. So I kind of learned how to do cold reads for movies. Like I was on Tales from the Crypt. I was on a few things like that. And so I read for the part, and they go, you got the job. So it was basically a guy that crashes his plane on an Amazon jungle. They lose track of my records in heaven. He's sitting on a garden angel look over me. It was a really big hit.
And what was the name of it again?
It was called Tropical Heat.
Okay.
And it was around this one character which I played, which is anyway. It was really good. But I tore my Achilles in the show about a year and a half into it.
Oh, so it was a series?
It was a show that we put on 3 days. We did it 3 times a day. It was a show.
Okay. It was a show in Vegas.
Yeah, at the Rio.
Yes. Okay.
So I was on billboards. I was in the airport. Pictures
So
of me.
you went from bodybuilder to supplements to Gold's Gyms to then you have your own show in Vegas.
Yes.
Well, part of what we do here at Live Ready Beyond Think and Grow Rich is we have 10 principles of success. Now, one of the principles of success is sound health. And body and mind are connected. They are one unit. It is what you do to your body is going to affect your mind. What you do to your mind is going to affect your body. They're the same. So I want to transition into health. Here you are now in the third, fourth quarter of your career, and you're going to look at an executive, a Mike Verdakis, for instance, who wants to get back into shape.
Sure.
How is it, and what do you do to help somebody build a regiment to take care of the most precious asset they have in their life is their health? How would you approach that in your new business, which is you are a coach in getting somebody that may have gotten out of shape back into shape, and it can be done. It can be done quickly. Help us. What would you tell our audience if you're out of shape? How do you go about reconnecting?
Well, I approach it like I don't know anything. So there's no everybody thinks, well, I got it this way, I got it this way. No, I'm learning every day. But I learned their language. And I teach. Once I understand their language, where they're at, and what they really look at fitness as, nutrition as, and I say, okay, let's get this understanding that it's all goes together as a lifestyle. I'm the last trainer. I hate to say that word. I'm the last person you'll ever need to get to your fitness goal, because I look at you, for instance, David. I'd say, okay, let's sit down, and I would coach you if I had your body. And I teach you how to. All I do is this. I have you. Okay, you need bigger arms. Okay, this is how you approach that. I just basically connect your mind to the body and then go from there. But about 90 days after working with me, you're done. You don't ever need another coach, another trainer ever again. And I started that about 20 years ago, because most trainers, they don't teach you the whole thing. And some of them don't even know it. But all the stuff I've been through physically, mentally, I basically apply that to these people. I say, first of all, I don't need to learn you and what your language is.
Right.
And what your references with training.
So you're going to go in and ask somebody, one, about what is it you want to look? Do you want to look a lean muscle? Do you want bulk muscle? Do you want, how do you want, for a business person, might want to look better in a suit and bulky in a suit.
That's a destination.
And then that's how and then you give them the routines to make that so.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a destination that they can understand, because I got to go to Hawaii in 2 months. Mm-hmm. That's a destination. So I'm going to as I'm getting you to that destination, I'm going to show you how to do that with anything you do with your body. And so, okay, you're kind of trimming up for let's get you're going on a cruise or something like that. That's fine. But let's teach you how to run your body so you can do anything you want. If you want to bulk up a little bit, put a little more size on. If you want to lean up to do a vacation, or you just look good in suit.
I tell you, sound health is, to me, right now in this stage of my life, is the most important thing.
I agree.
I get up at 4:15 every morning.
That's awesome.
And I spend the last hour of my sleep in my oxygen chamber, as if I'm submerged 33 feet, mask on, 1 hour.
Love it.
Then I get out and I work 30 minutes nonstop, lean now, not to have lean, and then I do a vibrating machine, and then I get into my spa at 120, and then I do red light. I think I need to have you come over and perfect that with me.
I think you got it.
I got my own, but I could get it perfected.
Yeah, I think you can.
Tell me, working with somebody, what is the cost to hire D'Marko as their personal trainer for 90 days?
What I do, let's stop for a second with the cost. Okay, because this is like learning a language to me, and so I have to find their language.
Sure.
And what they're like. I get up at 3:30 every morning. Mm-hmm. I think they got to find out what kind of relationship you have with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a promise to myself I would do that no matter what I'm doing. I wake up 3:30 every morning and I do a certain thing. I turn on motivation music or different things going on. I listen to that, work on my brain. I get on the oxygen. I do very similar stuff, but I don't do the therapy. The blue, it's the red light therapy, right?
Got red light and infrared.
I heard that's amazing. Yeah. I don't do anything about it. Yeah. So what I do is I find out, it's kind of finding out what their relationship with themselves and fitness is. And what I'm doing, I would learn a lot of stuff. I would learn stuff from everybody I work with. And I say, hey, thank you. I learned this today. And so I kind of get their own guard down, like, okay, what's he really doing? But the 90-day course is right around $5,000. And with that, and it's like, if they invest that much money, it's like learning the language.
And so 90 days, 5,000. And how often do they get D'Marko during the week?
3 days a week.
3 days a week.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a deal. I just hired you.
I love it. Thank you. We'll get you. I don't know what else I got to do.
We got a deal. We'll get it all
Okay.
lined out afterwards.
Done.
You got to come to my house, come to my gym, get me in my routine to get back. I have a mission that I want to be in the best shape of my life next year when I'm 75.
You're 75.
I'm 74 in February.
Honestly, are you?
Yes.
You look great, brother. You look real good. You know, I
Now,
got it. Yeah.
now let's shift and talk about your ink.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I got some ink. You know, I had to get any ink at all till I kind of retired in the bodybuilding. Yeah. 2014 was my last contest, and so I just started doing stuff like this right here. This is a sailor. And that's a picture of me. This is actually a picture of me in this. Great sailors are actually made from stormy seas. And, you know, calm seas don't make good sailors, right? And so everything and what you do with that and stuff like that. But, yeah, this is my lovely wife right here, Erica.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just.
Now, you got something else that we got in common that we kind of like. Let me see that,
you know
that
how
left
I
arm,
roll.
man. There you go. Raider Nation, baby. We're going to come back. We're going to get our motion back. We got the first pick.
I know.
And Fernando,
yes,
you got to come.
Yes.
You got to come to Vegas.
We got to get a coach. But my question to you: how long have you been a Raiders fan?
I've been a Raiders fan. I lived in Sacramento, went to school there since I was 14. And, of course, you know, the Raiders was just – it was I think that me from where I grew up, and they just had a different well, they weren't exactly the same as the 49ers.
Yeah, right.
They had it in your face, and it was
absolutely.
and I just gravitated to the to the players at that time that were there, and we were so good.
Tough, yeah.
And I loved our coach LaFleur, and you know, we had the Super Bowls, and I'm a season ticket holder now.
I see,
and
I see that.
I want to live. I want to live long enough that we can get another Super Bowl. So I'm going to take care of my health.
Yeah, good. I'll be
right there
beside you.
I've been doing anti-aging treatments for 33 years. I get stem cells, which last week I was at a clinic in Tijuana, Mexico, the Biomedical Center, where I get stem cell treatments, human stem cells.
Yes.
I'm one of the oldest patients on doing this, 33 years, 3 times a year in TJ, and I don't miss it because I believe I can continue to work at the same pace till I'm 85. I got at least 10 more years left in me, and I got a lot of energy.
I love that.
But I want to thank you for being on our show.
Yes.
And I got a copy of my book, Live Ready, Beyond Think and Grow Rich.
Thank you so much.
D'Marko, you said something that was interesting, and I want you to elaborate on this just a little bit. The first chapter of this book and Napoleon Hill's work is the power of thought.
Yes.
We're the only animal on earth that has been given the ability to control our thought. And we have either negative or positive seeding the subconscious mind that is going to create the patterns, and whatever you think is going to become so.
Yeah.
So be careful of what you think. And you said something about a book you just showed me there. Would you grab that book and tell us in closing that one of the things you said, don't speak negative to me.
Yes, and that's the thing. This kid came to me. He's 42 now. He's a motivational speaker, really nice guy. And I was training his dad. And he basically, I said, listen, there's a couple things you got to do if I train you. One is don't show up late, okay? Don't have bad breath when I'm spotting you. It's kind of funny.
I'll be careful,
you got to see
man.
this way he says this in front of 5,000 people. It's funny. Everybody should do that, by the way. And then the third one is watch what you say out loud and to yourself, because it will definitely leak into whatever you think of. It happens.
That's right.
You know, it sets the straight. I mean, I can't believe you're 74 years old.
I'm going to be 74 years old, February 28th. And I
want
tell you
some
what,
of that.
I'm proud of it. And when I'm 75, I'm going to be in the best shape of my life, and I'm going to have 9% body fat. And I weighed 168 when I was 18. I weigh 173 right now, and there's no reason that needs to change.
Nah, not at all, brother. I'll be right there for you. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, D'Marko.
Thank you
and
for having me.
We will start our training.
I love it.
And get that done.
We'll get it.
Okay.
Thank you so
Perfect.
much.
Thank you.